Hey there, T-boners. Welcome back to the channel. Today, let's talk boulder shoulders and pecs. The multi-flight rack attachment. I'm gonna go through several exercises. There's actually 4 that you can do on this particular piece of equipment for a relatively inexpensive price. So a standalone multi-flight will run you anywhere, say between $300 and $500. The majority of them are towards the upper end of that scale. A rack attached multi-flight, such as this, can be had for as low as $160 and up. Now, I was looking at them online, and when I put in Google, rack attached multi-flight, one popped up on Temu, unbranded, for $160. So I thought, hell, why not try it? Let's give it a whirl. So here we are. All of them require 1-inch hole in your rack. Now, as I mentioned in my first video, I have a Club Line by Body Solid rack. The front of the 3x3 has 5/8 holes. The sides of the 3x3 have 3/4 inch holes. So what I ended up having to do to accommodate the 1-inch bolt was drill out a couple of the holes from 3/4 to 1 inch. Really not that big of a deal. So now that we have it attached, I want to show you 4 exercises that you can do with this particular device. So number 1, a side lateral raise. Grip the hands in the middle, and just as if you were holding dumbbells, you're going to swing out to the side, hold at the top. Hold at the top. Side lateral raise, working the side delts. Now, if you stand keeping the arm in the exact same position and you lift to the front, you are now using your front delt. So there's 2 exercises, a side lateral using side delts and a front raise using your front delts. Now, if you want to go to your rear delts, you simply keep the arms in the same position. You bend over and you raise out just like you would a side delt, but in this case, you're using your rear delts to move the arms. So that's how I use this for 3 shoulder movements. The 4th movement you can use this for is a pec deck fly. So what you're going to do is pull your pop pin and change how the arms are situated on the device. Just like so. Pull the arms in. Now in this case, I like to rest my forehead on the head attachment that's part of it. So I rest my head against, push towards the middle. Push towards the middle. Okay, so that's my 4 different types of movements with my multi-flight rack attachment. Now, before I went into researching this to figure out if it was something I was going to acquire, I read several of the exact same complaints. The complaints always were at the bottom of any of the movements that I just showed you, there was little to no resistance or tension at the bottom for side, front, and rear delts, and no tension at the top part of the fly. And why is that? I think it's really because an engineering piece and the way gravity is working, but the plates are on the backside at the bottom. So in order for me to change how the tension works, what I did and what I do is I take a resistance band, and you'll see a lot of things that I do in this gym I use resistance bands for. By adding a resistance band to a band peg, yes, the resistance gets tighter as it goes up, but it's already at a point of resistance at the bottom here where just standard weights on a lever arm don't create that resistance. So when you're looking at resistance bands for this particular unit, resistance bands come really in by color and by how much resistance they take on. Generally, yellow is the lowest amount of resistance, followed by red, then black, then purple, then green. Yellow in this case is really all you need. By the time you start adding weight plates to it, this yellow resistance creates just that right amount at the bottom and obviously increases as you go up. I've had the red on here and I couldn't get it up.
That's what she said.
To the top. Take that joke for what it is. So a little bit of resistance is created. It also allows on the pec deck fly, when you're in that position and you're in the middle, the squeeze on the resistance creates a much greater tension on the inside of the pec and the outside, because as you're squeezed in, the nature of that resistance band wants to pull your arms out. So you're in a constant state of tension in the middle of your pec fly. That's one thing I really like it for, aside from the side lats, because when you're doing a side lateral raise, the resistance is trying to pull it back down and you're trying to hold that resistance curve high. So it creates a lot of resistance on that side delt. So again, it's an unbranded device. For me, I don't really care what brands are as long as it gets the job done. And for $160, I thought, one, why not give it a try? But two, it allows me to vary my angles, vary my exercises for doing those exercises that this can do. So do I have other things in the gym that can do a side lateral? Yes, I've got dumbbells, I've got a functional trainer. They do the same movement, but this allows a little bit of variance, because for me, I like to shock my muscles. Otherwise the muscles become stagnant and they have memory. And if you're not shocking your muscles, you're not growing. So if you're constantly coming into the gym, doing the same movements with the same pieces of equipment week after week, your muscles are gonna grow slower than they would if you are always shocking them. So again, that's what this allows me to do. I don't do it every week. Again, I vary to dumbbells, functional trainer, wherever else I'll do, but just adds a little bit different look at how you're doing some of your movements. And I think for the $160 ship that I paid, it was well worth it. So until next time, hit the shoulders, hit the pecs. We'll show you some of the same movements on the functional trainer, because I do believe that resistance curve is different than what this is. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.